Big update, the Parkway is open. Well, maybe not the whole entire Parkway, but one of the, to me, most important sections that's been closed for a long time. There's actually, I think, 2 sections that have opened up recently on the Parkway. One is over near the North Carolina and Virginia line. I think that one just opened up yesterday, or at least this week. But this is right over here. I'm on the basically ramp for 191 where the North Carolina Arboretum is. We've got Brevard Road, or Haywood Road, is down below us here with the French Broad River. So this section of road from right here all the way up to the top of Pisgah Highway, or Highway 151, has been closed. It felt like indefinitely since Helene, which was almost a year ago now. We're getting close to the end of August and we're 11 months in, and there was at least 2, if not 3 major washouts that happened here. And finally, I think a little earlier than we were expecting, they got it open. I think they were trying to get it open before next weekend with Labor Day and everything. But we're here, it's open, and I'm happy about it because now this has been a back roads route for me, going from my house over in Waynesville to Asheville if I want to have a nice, scenic drive, lots of tunnels and things. So I'm very excited to go check it out and share it with you guys and see kind of how the road looks today after all the work and all the storm damage. All right, so just getting started, headed up from the Arboretum, and there's already, I call them scars. It's areas where you can see there was evidence of the hurricane damage. Here's a mudslide that came down the mountain, and thankfully it doesn't really get into the road, but I had to actually turn around because here we are not even a half mile into things, and it's probably not going to come through on camera. But this is the same kind of stuff that I've seen on Elk Mountain Road and all over the place, where there is just so much tree blight, where there's just tons and tons of trees that are down. This little valley right here has a whole entire section of blown down and broken trees where there was a massive wind gust that obviously just came through here and wreaked havoc. And it's obvious there's a lot of work that's been getting done here. There's lots of cuts on the trees, and a lot of underbrush they've tried to do to get to these places to try to clean up this. But even just getting right onto the Parkway, it's just already, again, a year later, and it's just so obvious the effects of the storm. So I'll be really curious to see how it looks with the actual washed out sections near the tunnel. It's day 1 on the closed section of the Parkway when Google Maps is still showing it as a closed route. One of the longest tunnels on the Parkway, if I'm not mistaken. One question I'm sure is going to get asked by somebody is if the Forest Road is open, and it looks like it is. This is the Forest Road that goes, I think if I'm not mistaken, this will connect you all the way down to North Mills River area. I think it's kind of connects in a way to the Bent Creek trail system, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that, I'm not the expert with the trails here, but it does look like they have this open, both the gate that comes off the Parkway and the gate that goes down the mountain. And we'll take a look under the bridge here as well. This is a section I was curious to see if it was open, and it is. So Forest Road 479 is the one is open, at least as of right now. see a lot of activity going on up here now. This is the first section of the road that I've seen that they've had to repair. And there is a ton of fill dirt that I know they had to put in for that area. We'll see if we can try to get a closer look. All right, so here is that big section that fell off the side of the mountain right outside the tunnel. We've all seen the photos of how it looked. Basically, it's crazy because it's so flat right here. It's not that steep coming up. But however this road was built up and the Parkway was first built, whatever's going on underneath of here all gave way. And there's videos of people that have been on the trails trying to do trail cleanup where this huge mudslide, I mean, it's still a crazy steep grade. And you can just, I mean, nothing but impressed with how much work has gone in to basically take, this was like probably a 50 or 60 foot hole at least from this whole section that had caved in. And you can still just see how insanely carved out the woods are as we come down the mountain. Again, this is 11 months later and it's still that carved out. So now imagine all of this that we're standing on right now caving in and surfing all the way down the mountain. It's honestly hard to even fathom. And the only thing that kind of worries me is, you know, they got a lot of rock, they got a lot of dirt, but there's not a whole lot of things that are really holding us together otherwise. So there's a lot of smart engineers that have worked on this project. You know, that's what it took to build the Parkway, and that's, I think it's been over 100 years now if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, it's not to say that it couldn't happen again if the right storm came along, but just impressive to see the kind of work that they did, the time frame that they did. Gotta love all the different weather patterns that you get on the Parkway. We're getting all this fog as we climb the mountain here. The Parkway hasn't even been open, but for more than about 12 hours, and the community is already out here. Doing what they do on the Parkway, which is just taking it all in. It's probably one of my favorite pull-offs. Love the vibes up here right now. It's about 8 o'clock at night. First day the Parkway's been open. And we got a party going on up here. Got a little cookout, and I just love it. I don't know what the story is. Sports cars, Jeeps, motorcycles, crazy Parkway weather. Mountain storms coming in. $10, 12 hours after it's opened. Well, I am currently at the top of 151 at the other end of where the Parkway was closed. There's no way you'd be able to tell, but way over here where this car is coming from, about maybe an eighth of a mile or less, is where the Parkway had been closed from this side going towards Asheville. And man, what a cool experience to be up here on the the first day that it's open, I was, you know, I figured there'd be some people up here. I'd heard of some people coming out here and doing it, but to see as many cars as I did, and to see the little party that'll get together, to see just people hanging out, taking pictures, is just felt like old times again. And, you know, for me being a local and loving these mountain roads, and, you know, I feel like I'm rooted in these roads and in these mountains. So to see that kind of energy being shared by everybody, it's just so nice to see. And I hope this is going to help out the area, bring some more tourism. There's still more work to be done on the Parkway, at least, as well as tons of other roads. But at least isolating the Parkway here, I think there's at least 2 more sections they still have to work on to get reopened. And I think they're trying to have that done soon. So thank you, everybody that's doing the work. And looking forward to seeing what the future brings.